You've probably heard the term cash flow before. In fact, cash is always flowing. Sometimes it flows in and other times it flows out. And in today's video, you're going to see what it looks like to have cash flow out. Hey everyone, it's Mark. I'm here to help you put more money in your pocket through credit cards and smart financial habits. If that sounds good to you, then do me a quick favor and click on the like and subscribe button down below. Also check out the links down below in the description area to view some great credit card offers, to get some additional cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, and to sign up for MAXREWARDS, which is a fantastic app to manage all of your credit cards and rewards in one place. It also allows you to track your purchases across all cards and helps you identify which card to use to earn the most rewards. And if you sign up for MAXREWARDS Gold, it automatically activates your card-linked offers, quarterly spend categories, and a whole lot more. You can get your first month free by using the link in the description. It's true. I have a lot of credit cards, which means I also have a lot of bills to pay. But I thought I'd turn something that's usually not super fun for most people into something at least educational for you all by making a video of letting you all see me pay my own credit card bills. So if you've ever had any doubts or uncertainties about when to pay your credit card bill, what a close date versus an open date versus a due date versus a new balance, and on it goes, then this video will hopefully clear all of that up for you. But I'm not just going to pay my credit card bills on the screen for you all to watch. I'm also going to narrate the process as we go through it, so that way you can be empowered to build a healthy credit score for yourself, never have a missed late payment, and of course, stay on top of your finances. So as we begin here, let's start with a few key terms that are really important to know. First is a billing cycle. This is the period of time between one bill and the next, approximately 30 days depending on the month. This is simply a bank's way of grouping a bunch of your charges together into one bill, which is called a statement. And your billing cycle consists of two main parts. The first is the open date, which is the first date of your billing cycle. And then second is the close date, which is the last day of your billing cycle. We then have your new balance, which is the total amount of money you spent on the card during the billing cycle. That is all of your charges added together. And then we have the due date, which is simply the day your bill or statement is due. Only the minimum balance is required, but that would charge you interest. So what you want to do is pay the entire statement balance, that is the entire new balance, on or before the due date to avoid all interest charges. And with that foundation in place, let's go watch me pay some credit card bills. Okay, so what I have here is, first of all, my web browser opened here on the left-hand side, and then my phone is actually being shared on this screen share on the right-hand side. So here are all my apps for financial related stuff. And as we go along, I'm gonna be paying my bills from these mobile apps because I prefer that experience. Now, first, what I wanna show all of you is actually my little spreadsheet here where I keep track of bills due. So I have the vendor, the description, amount, the due date, and then the status. So I go ahead and do that for every single card as they pop up. Normally, I'll just pay this on the spot when I get my notification that a bill is due from my phone and get it done pretty much same day. But I saved a few of these just to show you for this demonstration. Then here at the bottom, I have total pending. So I know all of my outstanding liabilities for my cards at the moment. So I currently have $1,494.06 of total outstanding payments on my credit cards. More recently, I've also been using MAXREWARDS, which is a great app that you probably see me talk about in a lot of my videos. This is just a simple screenshot here of the, I guess you can call it the home page of the app when I first log in. So it also shows me when my bills are due in one simple dashboard. So here's my World of Hyatt card, Chase Sapphire Preferred, all the ones that I have in my spreadsheet. The US Bank one's down here, it just didn't fit on the screen. So you can also check out MAXREWARDS to keep track of all your cards when they're due. It also shows you if auto pay is on or off, then the due date itself, the amount due, etc. So it's a great app to use as well. So with $1,494.06, roughly $1,500 of outstanding debts at the moment, what I'd like to do first is go over to my bank, which is currently Bank of America, for my default checking account. And I'm gonna log in to make sure that I have enough cash available to cover that. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in and I'll be right back. Awesome, and I'm good to go. So I currently have $3,982.50 right here of liquid cash that I can use to go ahead and pay my bills. So I'll go ahead and minimize that, and we shall begin. Okay, so now let me pull up my spreadsheet once more. So the first card that we've got here is my Chase Sapphire Preferred. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that bill up right here. Okay, so here's my Chase bill for my Sapphire Preferred. What I want you to be aware of, first of all, is down here, we have the opening and close date. So basically my bill period began on June 5th, 2021, and it ended on July 4th, 2021. So that represents my billing cycle, and it captures everything that I purchased during that time frame, which is usually around 30 days. Okay, now zooming back out here, going back to the top, the balance that I have is $44.92. The minimum payment, I never pay that because, of course, if I only pay the minimum, then that means a certain portion of the total balance will be left over, and that will go be revolved or carried over to the next month. And if you only pay the minimum or basically anything less than the total balance, the remainder is carried over to the next cycle, and you are charged interest on that portion. So of course, if you want to avoid all interest, what you want to do is pay the new balance or the entire balance in full by the due date every single period. So for me, it's due August 1st. I'm paying that early here. So I'm going to go over to my Chase app right here and let that log in. Now, of course, if you do have a checking or a savings account with Chase, you can, of course, pay from your money from Chase if you want to do that. I pay all of my bills, no matter which bank they're with, from Bank of America, at least for right now. So I've already linked my Bank of America checking account to Chase, Amex, Citibank, and all the other issuers. So most banks will allow you to make payments to a credit card from a different bank. Okay, so I'm gonna now scroll down to my Chase Sapphire Preferred, $44.92, tap on that, and then I will say to pay card. And then we have different options here. So the statement balance, the current balance. The statement balance is basically the balance as of my closing date. So all my stuff added together on this bill would be my statement balance. The current balance would be if I continue to spend on the card after my billing cycle closed. Because remember, my cycle closed on July 4th, but it's not due until August 1st. So I have almost like, 25 days or whatever it is between my closing date and my due date. So I could, keep charging stuff on my card, and therefore my current balance could change every single day. So if you pay your current balance, they'll always bring it back to zero, no matter where you are. But the only part that is ever due is your minimum balance as a minimum. But of course that would charge you interest. So I always do the statement balance is what I choose to do by or before the due date with every card. So I'll click on statement balance, I'll go to next, and here I can confirm statement balance, pay from my Bank of America checking account, which I've already added here earlier, pay on today. I'll then go down here to schedule and then tap on schedule it right down here at the bottom. And I'm good to go. You've scheduled a payment for $44.92. Cool, I'll now tap on done to go back to this main dashboard here. Let's close out of this one, and then I'll go to the Chase Amazon card. Okay, so again, this is going to be, let's see, opening closing date, June 5th through July 4th, 2021. It is also due on August 1st, and my balance is $670.48. And as we go along here, I do want to let you all know that most banks allow you to change when your bills are due. So for all of my Chase cards that you see here, I actually called Chase to have pretty much the same billing cycle and the same due dates. That way it's really easy for me to manage. So if I have outstanding balances on multiple cards, I know they'll all be due at the same time. So my Amazon card, I just gave it a nickname of Whole Foods because I have the Whole Foods design. So I'll tap on this card here. Then I'll go to pay card right here. Once again, I'm doing the full statement balance before the due date. So I'll tap on that, check it off, tap on next, confirm that I'm paying for my Bank of America checking account on today. That looks good. I'll now tap on schedule and confirm it once more, schedule it, and I'm good to go. Back to the main dashboard. Okay, close out here. And now we've got the Chase World of Hyatt card. Same sort of deal here. Make this a bit bigger for you all to see. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, same billing cycle, June 5th through July 4th, roughly a 30-day period there. Due on August 1st, but my balance here is $410.87. So now over to my World of Hyatt Visa card, pay the card. I'll choose statement balance, next, confirm that it's from Bank of America, good to go, schedule, and schedule it. Green check mark, done. Back to home screen. Okay, so now I'm done with Chase. So I'll go ahead and close out of this app. And now let's move over to Wells Fargo. This is my Propeller card. So the billing cycle for this card was June 8th 2021 through July 8th, 2021. And back in a little bit right here. So my new balance is $14.95, which is also the minimum required. Usually banks have a minimum of like 25, 35, 40 bucks, whatever it may be. If you have a higher balance, it may be 1 or 2% of the balance or some sort of flat rate minimum. But again, we're paying the full balance here to avoid interest. So my due date is August 2nd, 2021. So now I'll go over to my Wells Fargo app right over here. And then over to my Propel American Express card with the balance of $14.95. I then have the make payment option here in the top left. I'll tap on that. Okay, and then I'll tap on from, and this will be from my Bank of America checking account to the Wells Fargo Propel card. Frequency, I'll do this one time on today, July 11th, and the amount will be, sticking with our theme of avoiding interest here, the last statement balance. So I want to pay that full balance right there. Okay. All looks good. I'll click on continue and then confirm everything to make sure it looks correct. $14.95 and looks good to me. So I will tap on make payment. And it's a done deal. Your transaction has been made on date, time, all good to go. Now we'll go over to American Express with my Bonvoy business card. So let me pull up my Amex app and sign in. Okay, so with American Express, they only show you the closing date, which for me was July 8th, 2021, and then the next closing date, which will be August 8th, 2021. They don't tell you what the opening date is, in other words, the start and end date of your current billing cycle, but they do show you down here, I also put it in blue, the days in billing period. So it was 31 days. So you can just say, okay, if it closed on July 8th, you can count backwards 31 days to know when your billing cycle opened or began. Or if you just want to save yourself that headache, let me minimize this a little bit. If you log into your American Express account online, maybe even the app shows this, and you go to Statements and Activity, which is the tab here at the top under number 1, then go to Previous Billing Periods, and then choose the period of your bill. So we're on the July 8th one right here, because remember the closing date was July 8th right there. So that shows you the entire range, June 8th through July 8th. And you can also see the ones before that too. So prior to this, it was May 8th through June 7th, all the way down February 6th to March 8th. So it's not always like 8 to 8 or 7 to 7 because some months have a different number of total days. But in general, again, your billing period or cycle is typically around 30 days. Okay, so let me close out of this and let's pay this bill off. So again, the closing date was July 8th. My balance is $87.50, and that's all due on August 2nd, 2021. So over here on the app, I'll click on Make Payment there in light blue. I'll choose my payment amount, which is, let's see what we have here, the statement balance, the second option right here. Then I tap on the back button in the top left. The payment date will be today, July 11th. Then you go back again. And then the current method is my checking account from Bank of America. That looks good. And then continue here at the bottom. Read over everything to make sure it all looks good. Awesome. Now I'll click on Pay here at the bottom. Payment processing. You've submitted your payment and your account balance will update shortly. All done. Cool. So we're done with American Express. I'll close out of this and out of that. And lastly, we have the US Bank Cash Plus card. That is way too big. Let me make that a bit smaller. Okay. And now I'll go over to my US Bank app. Oh, I can't do this while I'm screen sharing. Well, I guess you can say that at least US Bank does a really good job, and maybe even too good of a job with their security. US Bank, great job on your security. Now let's go over a few key takeaways to make sure that you walk away with some of the best credit education on all of YouTube. Bullet point number 1. Paying the minimum payment or anything less than the full new balance means that a portion of your charges will be carried over to the next billing cycle. This is the equivalent of borrowing money, so you'll be charged interest until it's fully paid. Bullet point number 2. To avoid interest, pay your entire bill, that is the new balance, in full on or before the due date. Point number 3. Paying after the due date results in a late payment, which can hurt your credit score. Consider keeping a spreadsheet, using an app like MAXREWARDS, and turning on email or text notifications with your bank to remind you when statements become available and when they're due. Also consider using AutoPay. Point number 4. Paying your new balance early, that is before the due date, has the same effect on your credit score as paying on time, that is on the due date. There's no difference. And for the final point, I personally like to pay early to avoid last-minute scenarios and potentially forgetting. I usually let my billing cycle close, get my statement, and pay the entire new balance in full within 24 hours from my phone, which is about 3 weeks early. Definitely not a requirement to do it this way, but for me it works best. So now that you've all watched me pay $1,494.06 back to the banks, hopefully seeing that actual process of me paying my credit card bills with different statements, with different banks on different cards, and narrating the process along the way was very educational for you all. If you're new to the credit card world and you look at your statement for the first time, it can oftentimes be very overwhelming with so many different facts and figures on there. But as long as you keep things simple by getting your bill and paying the balance in full on or before the due date, then you'll do very well to avoid missed payments, boost your credit score, and stay financially responsible along the way. With all that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit others, then please help me get it in front of more people by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications. Also check out the links down below in the description area to view some great credit card offers, to get some additional cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, and to sign up for MAXREWARDS, which is a fantastic app to manage all of your credit cards and rewards in one place. It also allows you to track your purchases across all cards and helps you identify which card to use to earn the most rewards. And if you sign up for MAXREWARDS Gold, it automatically activates your card-linked offers, quarterly spend categories, and a whole lot more. You can get your first month free by using the link in the description. And lastly, if you still have any lingering doubts or questions about when is the best time to pay your credit card bill to boost your credit score, I did a separate video all about that with some detailed graphics and more in-depth explanations about all that. So definitely go watch that video if you still have those lingering questions and you really want an answer. I thank you all for watching today's video. I hope it brought you some great value. I'll see you again in future videos. And until then, remember, you are great.